Hi, this is Daniel with Cyclery, and today we're going to go over how to install clipless pedal cleats. For our example today, we're going to use these Look Keo cleats and these Louis Garneau road shoes. But whether it's road or mountain or another brand of shoes or cleats, the basic principles are all the same. Before we can install our cleats, we have to see how our feet fall. And that's going to tell us how to orient the cleat on the shoe. So in my case, what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and sit on a table, let your feet dangle. And notice how my feet are pretty symmetrical. The heel's in just slightly on both sides, which is normal. And so we want to set up our cleats so that our feet are in that natural orientation while we're pedaling. Before you start, it's a good idea to put grease on the threads of all of your cleat bolts, because as you step in water, they're going to want to rust up on you, and it's going to make changing the cleats really hard in the future. And so we'll start off with the right shoe, put the cleat on there, and just get the washers installed. And just thread these in. All right, now we're going to set this up in a kind of a neutral position because that's how my foot is. So we'll get it just kind of so the bolts are centered and right about there. And you can use these lines to kind of help you, but we want to point it towards this button here at the front of the shoe, because your foot, well in my case, my foot doesn't actually sit totally straight. It's more like this with the heel in just barely. And that's going to be the position we want. So we can go ahead and torque it down. Just don't have to be crazy tight. These 3 bolts are plenty to hold the cleat on real well. Now we have to get the alignment the same between the 2 shoes. We've gone ahead and installed the other cleat just loosely. We can move it around. So what you want to do is look at the shoe. And although this shoe has these hash marks, you can't totally trust them because they don't always get printed in the right spot from left to right. So you'll need to just kind of eyeball it. I mean, if you're real critical, you can use some calipers and measure it out. But since kind of setting up your cleats is more of a trial and error process, it's probably going to take a few rides to get your position totally dialed in. But right about here, with that cleat pointing towards that rivet there at the front, that looks about symmetrical. So go ahead and torque it down. All right, so we're all done. Just keep in mind that some pedal systems, like Time for example, have left and right specific cleats, and that will affect how the cleat releases from the pedal. So make sure you have it set up the way the manufacturer recommends and is going to work best for you. So if you have any questions, email us at info@artcyclery.com or call our toll-free number.